Hey guys, what's up? It's Jules here with another episode of the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. The show that does exactly what it says on the tin in the most annoying way possible. You're welcome. So let's kick things off with the second appearance of the Wheel of Feel. Yes, the rotating disc that basically tells you how I'm going to approach each and every segment on this show and which emotion it's making me feel. But one emotion that I'm feeling extremely strongly is the love from you guys. I just want to say a big thank you to all of you for your support. I've been taking on feedback, I've been taking on criticism. Not all of it, but I've been taking on most criticism and trying to improve the show in the best possible ways for you, because we are in this together. Now, let's get on with this, so let's hit that intro. Okay, so we take our first spin of the week and we're talking about Roman WrestleMania, or Wrestle Roman Mania, and it is confused. So we all know at this year's WrestleMania that one of the big main events is going to be Brock Lesnar versus Roman Reigns. And the WWE have been doing a bit of weird shenanigans to try and make Roman Reigns their ultimate babyface going into this conflict. How? Here's how. Sorry, Simon, that was a poor attempt at what you do. You do it so well. Basically, what they've done is made Brock Lesnar into a bit of an arsehole. They've basically told him to stay at home, cash a check, and when he does show up, after cancelling a few performances, when he does show up, he squashes Kane in 35 seconds in Chicago. And trust me, those are not the type of fans you want to piss off. They will let you know about it. But the WWE seems to have forgotten that this is kind of Brock Lesnar's entire gimmick. He doesn't show up for ages, then he gets a massive pop when he does, and then he scarpers off with the championship like a cheeky whippet. But that house show in Chicago was pretty on the nose there. I mean, it was 35 seconds against Kane, and he only did like one suplex. I mean, that's the thing. If you're gonna pay to go and see Brock Lesnar, you want at least 3 suplexes. 3 is the minimum amount of suplexes that you should expect from a Brock Lesnar match. So what this did was it just rubbed the fans up the wrong way. Vince is there thinking, oh yeah, it's good. People are gonna hate Brock Lesnar and they're gonna love Roman Reigns because they're booing him. That's not how it works. We can still see through Roman Reigns and see how much of a transparent push you're giving him. It's not gonna make us just go, oh yeah, Brock Lesnar, hate him now. You're just gonna go, no, it's Brock Lesnar. He's amazing. Even though he's got a limited moveset, he's still very, very entertaining. He's the biggest draw in wrestling right now, pretty much. Roman Reigns, you're trying to push him again. Stop it. Cut the legs out from underneath him. We are acutely aware of what you are trying to do, and the problem is that you're pissing fans off in the wrong way, and that we're paying for it in every sense of the word. No. Next up, it's Sami Callihan, and I am angry. So we all know that working in the wrestling industry comes with many, many dangers, and therefore there's an unspoken rule that you need to protect the people in the ring as much as you do yourself. Therefore, it was sad to hear earlier on in this year about Sami Callihan and Eddie Edwards. Basically, there was a spot involved a chair that Sami put over Eddie's face and then tried to strike it with a baseball bat, but he failed dismally at this spot. It basically glanced the chair and smashed Eddie straight in the face. It was not pretty. Not pretty at all. And even uglier was Sami's comments this week on Twitter. Basically, he's adopted this heel douchebag persona and he was bragging about a lot of things and basically just spewing some monumental amounts of shit. Basically saying that he was really rich and had a massive bank balance, and also bragging about some of the nastier stuff he'd done on his road to get there, which isn't cool. Pretty much every single wrestling critic lambasted this chap for doing this, and it's easy to see why, because if you're gonna brag about your bank balance, you probably shouldn't be doing that after making sure that somebody else can't draw any money at all, because Eddie Edwards has not worked since this accident. And also, if you are gonna brag about money, probably make sure that you're not doing it while tied to Impact. They are low paying and often late with their bills, and I'm pretty sure if we actually checked his real bank balance, we'd see more red than Eddie Edwards' face after the spot. Okay, so we're talking about Saudi Arabia next, and spin, Wheel of Feel, get me more hits than the highlight reel. It is surprised. So we all know that the Royal Rumble is one of the biggest talking points in wrestling, and not just because of Adam Cleary taking about 30 chops to the chest this year on our live stream. Phil, roll the footage.
What's happening, guys?
Well, it turns out that simply wasn't enough fumble in our Rumble, because now there's going to be a 50-man Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia next month. That alone is pretty mental, but it also raises the question, who do you think is going to win this event? I mean, it's going to be non-canon and it's not going to lead to a title shot at WrestleMania 35, so therefore, it could be anyone. I mean, what I've done is actually I've got another wheel. I can't move for wheels back here. And what I've done is basically put every single person that it could be the potential winners of this 50-man Royal Rumble. So let's give it a spin, shall we, and see who it could be. It's Triple H. All joking aside though, the man does love to put himself over in these sort of things, and because it's non-canon, he can just go out there and just say everyone suck it, and then he just wins. And if you say, oh Jules, he's probably not going to win, got to remember that he always goes into new territories that the WWE are looking to expand into, and usually has 1 or 2 matches where he dicks about and wins pretty big. So this probably is going to see him at the top of that very oily pile. Either way, this massive Royal Rumble, which is going to be funded by money, which is probably about as clean as Brock Lesnar's piss, is going to be a laugh. If it's going to be looser than the ones we see in the US and going to have loads of superstars in, then it's just going to be a right laugh, really, isn't it? Bring it on. And fingers crossed that Heath Slater makes it to the ring without getting blackballed this time. Poor chap. Spin that wheel. Show me how to feel. We're talking about Matt Hardy, Woken Matt Hardy, and it is excited. Right, so before I start with this one, I just need to point out that I've not been a huge fan of Woken Matt Hardy versus Bray Wyatt. I think that feud could basically be described as this. The WWE have taken a fantastic concept, boiled it down to its base elements, ground it into the ground, and taken all the fun out of it. Now, you don't know which man I was talking about there, because that could be equally true of Matt Hardy and of Bray Wyatt. So there we go. That's why the feud isn't really going anywhere in my eyes. However, it might be now, because with WrestleMania around the corner, they've announced that they're going to be doing a final deletion at the Hardy compound. Yes, mate. Vanguard 1, Senor Benjamin, Rebby. Oh, Jeff Hardy. Jeff Hardy could come back as well. The fighting spirit of Smoking Joe Frazier and a kangaroo. If they can give us all of this, then Matt Hardy might not only just come through the other side of this with much more fire, which is great, but he might bring Bray Wyatt with him. He might elevate his stock by actually showing that there's something worth competing against and something different in the WWE. And, best of all, Matt Hardy might be on track to have the best WrestleMania moment 2 years in a row. Come on, mate. Bring it home for daddy. And now we come to our final segment, final spin about All In, and it is happy. I love to end on a good note. So right after the end of Raw this week, the most handsome man in the world, Cody Rhodes, came out and announced All In now had a date. September the 1st, in Chicago. The very same Chicago that we're still pissed off at Brock Lesnar. They could not have chosen a better time. That is why they call them the Elite. It's a great choice for a venue as well, because Chicago's got inexpensive travel links and it is a wrestling city, and will likely shift a lot of tickets just based on the fact that there might be an appearance from CM Punk. Even if he doesn't, then you've got the likes of Kenny Omega, and he makes sporadic trips to the US, so that's going to be a draw in of itself. Now, this is the thing. Can All In draw a
figure
crowd? If it can, it will be challenging the WWE directly as being the only other person to have got that in North America in 20 years. So to Cody, you beautifully chiseled man, best of luck to you, you mad f***. And those were the most insane things happening in wrestling this week. Now I'm going to end the show the only way I know how, by reading out my favorite comment from last week's episode. No, but seriously, that's a damn good Simon Miller impression. Keep these in videos forever. Well, you know, Simon is just a real inspiration to me. I'm looking at the cardboard version of him right now. You are, buddy. He's just a good guy. He's a role model. He's a life aspirational goal. I wish he came up to the office more, because I don't know if you guys know this, but he doesn't actually work in the office. He's a freelancer who just comes in and does bits and bobs. But I wish there was some sort of big event coming up soon to do with wrestling that we could get him up for. And there we have it. All that's left for me to do is to thank Michael Sidgwick and Phil Chambers for their continued work on this show, as well as to you for watching. As always, I've been Jules, you've been awesome. Swing by WhatCulture.com for more news and articles like this every goddamn day, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.
So, thanks for watching. Please feel free to click on any of these things around my head, or something terrible might happen to the dog. Too sweet me, bro. Traitor. Traitor.